In this demonstration, I'm going to demonstrate how to more precisely align the door in the bay. As of right now, the door is always centered in the bay, which that may not always be what someone's looking for. So if we just randomly choose 113 inches, the doors, once again, it's just centered there in the bay. We could choose 95 inches and centered again in the bay as well. And we'll float the bay back to where all the bays are even. So we'll go over here and open up the Sidelight feature. And what we'll do is we'll choose door 1 in bay 1, because that's the one we're designing at this point. And door 1 in bay 1 has two side lights. It has one on the left and then it has one on the right. So at this point they're both 17 inches and 3/4. So what we'll do is we'll just randomly choose a number here at 26. So now the side light is 26 3/4 inches wide. The side light is measured from the outside vertical for the bay on the left hand side to the inside door jamb, which would be the inside door opening. That's the width of the side light. So that would be 26 inches and 3/4 of an inch. So 26 3/4 of an inch. We'll go over here and look at our plans to see what they say. And that is correct because we're using a 2-inch framing system. 22 3/4 of an inch over here for this side light is the daylight opening. If you add 4 more inches to that, that would be 26 3/4, which is correct. And also on this side, which we have a remainder of 4 inches and 4 3/4 of an inch of a daylight opening. So let's just move it over to the right side just a little bit. Right now we've got the 8 inches in there, which was correct. When we were looking at our blueprints, it said 4 3/4 of an inch. We got the 2-inch sight lines to take into consideration. So let's just move the right one over to 12 inches. So now it's 12 3/4 of an inch right side light. So let's see what that's done to our plans. Go back over here and view the elevation, and that is correct. We've got 8 3/4 of an inch for a daylight opening on the right hand side and an 18 3/4 of an inch of daylight opening on the left hand side. So if we wanted to put our door back exactly centered to the bay, what we do is we press the float button. The float is just like the same thing for the float the bay. It will unfix the bay and float the bay evenly with the other bays. So float centers the door to the bay. This will make both side lights even in width. So let's go ahead and float that. So we have floated that, and we'll go over here and look at my projects again, and we'll choose this elevation. We're going to view the elevation, and both sides have a daylight opening of 13 3/4 of an inch. And what we will do, just so everybody will know that this information is being stored on remote servers, we'll just choose this left one here and randomly choose 29 inches to move it over. One thing to take note is that you're only allowed to go over the exact amount that's available. You can't oversize it, so there's some protection in there. So we're at 28 3/4 of an inch on the left and 6 3/4 of an inch on the right. So we'll go ahead and just refresh the screen here. So we're starting the project over. We're choosing the project, the sample drawings project. I want to open up that elevation. And if you'll notice that it does look correct, like it has saved it like it was supposed to. And we'll choose the left light is 28 3/4 of an inch, just like we set it. And the right light is 6 3/4 of an inch, just like we set it. And we can go back to our print, and we can view the elevation there right quick. And if you'll notice, everything is as expected. You got 2 3/4 of an inch daylight opening on the right, and 24 3/4 of an inch daylight opening on the left. So that's a quick demonstration of the new Sidelite designing feature.